Welcome to Permadeath Extraordinaire, where we are doing D&D done right, featuring Dirt and Quinn, into episode 6 of this series. And with that, go ahead and introduce yourselves, guys.
Hey guys, I'm Quinn, level 7 psionic. Still dealing with a cursed sword, and I got a background that is still quite mysterious. I look like Darth Maul. I've got red and black scale skin, and I've got bright turquoise eyes that actually help me see in the dark. But I'm a barbarian, and I've been traveling with my buddy Dargoth here for what seems like years.
Hey guys, Dirt here. If you guys haven't followed, seen the other videos, highly suggest catching up on what's happening. All from me.
Dirt's a priest, bound to the elemental powers. And that basically is what he does. That's his
Elemental Earth.
He's also cursed with no strength.
Yeah, unfortunately.
My curse says that if I don't roll a natural d20 in combat sometime in the next 2 days, I'm going to lose a level. So we haven't even bothered to determine what my level 7 new abilities are, because I might not even have them for more than 2 days.
Note to anybody who ever does play D&D, don't want to face statues of a corrupt king. Bad things happen.
And also be aware, we're playing a heavily house-ruled version of 2nd edition, so a lot of you latecomers to D&D might not entirely recognize the way that this works, because it has not a lot to do with 3rd, 4th, 5th edition, etc. I don't knock the new editions, but I believe the 2nd edition gives the players and the DM much more versatility on how they want to customize the campaign and run it. That's my opinion. Plus, I don't want to learn new systems every 2 years. If I'm going to learn a new system, it's going to be a new roleplay game, like Rifts or something like that. Anyway, so with that said, you guys are waiting the return of Ben Frost and Arcangelo Dumond, who have agreed to help Dirt unlock the secrets of his curse.
It'd be much helpful.
They're going to totally tell you to destroy that statue. And then you will have carried it around for months, and you just needed to break it.
Oh, it's only been 7 days. Oh, with that being said, Black, how many days did pass by from us entering and coming back?
You don't really know. Once again, the timelines are a little vague as I try to, in vain, to sync up 3 campaigns where everybody's doing different things. What are you looking for? What's the relevance of the question?
How long did we get sent back in time?
All said and done, judging by the tracks that you could still kind of see in the snow, you guessed that when you were back in time, it wasn't much more than a 24-hour period.
Oh.
In the real time.
Good to know.
Then you wandered several days, found the cave, because remember you guys just kind of blundered through the fog, made a few navigation checks. I didn't roll any encounters because not a lot of creatures crawl around in the fog for understandable reasons. You can't see anything.
Through that.
So, for several days you guys didn't really have any encounters. You found this cave, and you kind of been here now.
I killed a cryohazard.
You guys wandered longer than I thought. 7 days.
Yeah.
Did I reset these after the tower? I think I did. You guys weren't no 7 days in the tower. Were you?
Mm-hmm.
No shit. That's almost 2 days per level. Okay, so we should probably reset this then. I think I remember that you guys wandered at least 4 days.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. And then you rested for a day, and then you talked to the guys for a day, and it's a new day. So you're about 7 days in. Part of all the stuff that I'll be detailing this month is the months of the year, the seasons, so that way you'll kind of know what time of the year it is. Because right now all you know is that it's kind of winter.
Right.
And that a while ago, sometime, I don't know, is not winter. But it still felt like winter because it's always snowing. Unlike Game of Thrones, Skyfell's motto is "Winter is here, fool." Winter always here, fool.
Heavy, deep snow.
Okay. Now, let's see, what do we got?
We were sitting there on the fire. The Corinthian.
We got Quinn. Blanny Ride. Yay, Blanny Ride. Why does he have that 1 of 2 in his description? Anyway, doesn't matter.
12 was because we bought that Hydra.
All right. So, after meeting with the Corinthian, with Ben Frost, Archangelo, using the Corinthians' unusual method of getting people together, you wake up the next morning. You have been instructed to stay here so that they can find you when they come back. All right. So, on this morning, there's not a whole lot you guys have to do. You're kind of in an ice cave.
I'm going to start the day off by memorizing my spells and doing my "you don't see me's."
Doing the rituals to
Yes.
keep yourself safe. All priests in Skyfell have to more or less appease their deities above and beyond what would be normally expected of a priest. We'll go into that on another day because that's kind of a lengthy description on why that is. Hey Quinn, right after breakfast, make a save versus poison.
Why?
-2. So that'd be your first number here. 12 or better. 14. 14 or better because it's -2. Fails it. Okay. When you really for real wake up, because after breakfast you're like, man, I'm so tired, clunk, and you fall over because Blanny Ride poisoned the shit out of your breakfast. Sorry.
Why?
Because when you wake up, you don't have a sword problem anymore, bro. Your sword is laying across the room, and we took care of business. Blanny Ride, Dirt, like giving each other high fives. That was easier than I thought.
Glorious!
Blanny Ride did the dispel magic upon the thing, and we could go into the dice rolls, but honestly, after 3 castings, I'm certain we'll get it. And Dargoth follows with the remove curse. Let's go ahead and make a couple of rolls. Why not? Let me get my dispel magics ready.
You guys could have done that for the last 7 days.
I need 14 or better. Oh, Blanny Ride's the king. Oh, this magic, I've been studying it for a long time. It's not a problem. And he unweaves it, thus allowing you the chance to remove the cursed item from Quinn's hand.
I don't. Okay, so remove.
You don't have to make a check. Yeah, no, this is just standard item. It's just a cursed magic item. It's not any specific, like, curse the king like you're suffering under. So, you don't need to make a roll. You just need to take away the spell casting, account for the material component, and Quinn wakes up happier. For just the most fleeting of moments, Quinn, you're like, my sword, oh yeah. You seem to be in control of your facilities, and you do not desire that sword above all things. It's laying on the ground.
Is it
Blanny
a
Ride
harmless sword now, or is it
Oh,
still,
no.
don't go touch that?
It's still highly potent, but harmless until one tries to wield it.
So we could pick it up, just don't try to use it.
Mm-hmm. The second you swung it in combat, it became yours.
Let's give it as a gift to someone we hate.
Blindy Ride says, a device such as this, even your most hated foe does not deserve it.
I don't know, I know some vampires I wouldn't mind giving it to.
There's a really good chance, Quinn, that had it taken your life, you would not have died, quote unquote. You may have persisted. He looks at Dirt. I think you've seen somebody affected by such a thing. You've spoken of it. The old graves that you found early in your journeys with your brother.
Yeah.
Who fucking abandoned you. Rain, if you're out there, little middle finger, you abandoned your friend.
Yeah.
But no, it's not his fault. I think that he was a little iffy on the game. Didn't really know, that it is kind of a slower paced game. And I think that he was highly disappointed in his character. And, if you guys don't like your character, just fucking wad him up or give him to me and I'll play him as an NPC and you roll a new one.
It's a good policy.
I was 50-50 thinking about making Rain like your nemesis, as in he falls off the path and ends up following a more questionable moral elemental essence.
That's really weird.
It's Shakespearean.
I guess.
How many stories and whatnot have been about brothers on opposite sides of the war?
Fair. But then you should have made him air priest.
Yeah, but that was after Rain left. I was like, what to do with Rain now? Villain? Or NPC? So, yeah, NPC probably. I just wish Ammo would let us know what he's doing. That's all I want. Communication a little bit. If you can't make it, let us know. Even if it's 10 minutes in advance, it's 10 minutes we can compensate. Because again, he's supposed to be kind of the Captain America, as in the spoke, the hub, the admiral.
Yeah.
The guy who helps his friends look out for the betterment of the kingdom, and all that.
Help his friends. That's funny.
Of course, Magpie's like, I don't give a shit about the kingdom. What's in it for me? Alright. Magpie's an interesting character. It'd be interesting to see where he goes. Alright. So, Quinn, your problem seems to be solved.
I'm super okay with that.
Yeah, I had a
Being
feeling you
fully-
probably wouldn't miss that sword. You sure you don't want that sword back?
I am so okay with that, like...
It
you
is a
guys-
magic
you guys-
weapon.
You guys do what you want to do with that sword. You can sell it. I'm not touching it. It's not going with me.
Hey, maybe we can give it to Ben Frost. Who knows?
I'm deleting it from my sheet right now.
Never to be mentioned again. We don't talk about that sword. in
We
this
don't
house.
talk about this.
A lot like the metal doors on Alex's estate. Metal doors gonna make us rich. Oh my god! Nobody ever talks about the metal doors anymore.
Sweet. Okay, well, we can wait as long as we want now. I'm good.
Actually, we can't really due to the fact of food shortage.
Guys, been on the road 7 days. Your days of food should be dwindled here.
Yeah, we killed that Hydra and got 4 days each of meat. So
Okay, so you got 7 days of food left.
No.
I took out 7, added 4, so 7 days. Water, you don't have to worry about this. If you guys don't know that snow is water, you need to lower your intelligence check substantially.
From now on, you have a -2 to your intelligence.
Yeah. No, more like you have an intelligence of 2. I think even a lot of animals know that snow is water. See, you'd be getting down to like plant or fungus intelligence at that point. Did you know, Basco, you can contact plants? Bet you didn't know that. Look in your Complete Psionics Handbook.
Sentient ones, maybe.
Look in your Complete Psionics Handbook. You can even talk to mushrooms. It's just really hard to establish the contact because of the alien thoughts.
establish contact. Man, they're gonna get you high as fuck, bro.
I have an established contact high. Okay, so on this day when you guys are hanging out in your cave, you found probably the best place you could be. The big problem is firewood. What are you going to do now? You fire. Once the Corinthians' fire burns down in the morning, what are you going to do? The cave is cold, but it's not like outside cold. It's not -30. In the cave, it's probably like -10, -20.
Can we maybe burn the rest of the carcass?
Kinda. You'd still have to get something to get it going. That is completely feasible, but you got to have some decent kindling there. The hills around you are wooded, but you would have to have something axey. You could swing that magical sword and try that.
Yeah, about that.
Would anybody like to swing the magical sword?
No.
Wouldn't you love that? Wouldn't you love that? Like, you came up with a solution to my problem, and then I immediately go pick that sword up.
Planning Ride's like, God damn it! Also for viewers, Blanny Ride is a gnome, and he is an NPC of some power, I'm certain the players have gathered that, who has been hanging out. I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer to the artist's signature since I'm using this without... I just Google image these things. So if they're copyrighted, sorry. But I'll get dedication, show the yeah. you understand. So, Blandy Ride is a gnome, and in the campaign, gnomes are substantially smaller than they are in a lot of other campaigns. I and a few friends, we always thought that gnomes would be great if they were, a little 6 to 12 inch tall. Blandy Ride's a little tall for his species, at about 12 inches. About a foot tall.
I mean, I got some wood that we can burn. Not wood, rope.
You'd need to at least dedicate a 50-foot coil to get any kind of reasonable fire going for any reasonable amount of time.
That's how much I have.
We could burn that teardown skull.
Nope, we're not touching the pterodon skull. Pterodon.
Could you at
skull
least like
has
turn it into a
skirted.
helmet or something? Like, so we don't just everybody's like, why you got this skull? Turn it into like a shield, a pterodon shield.
I have a two-handed iron warhammer with an obsidian head.
That's not going to bring down trees. You could knock down branches, though. All right, that'll work. Let's have some intelligence checks. You guys going to go outside and get some wood?
That's not here. It's in Blandy Ride's chest. That's magically another dimension.
Not anymore. The chest is here, homie. We're here now. I can do that. Get your shit out of my chest.
Okay. Got all the shit out, laid it beside the tent.
I can't even remember what was in. Well, did I even put anything in it?
I don't
put
know.
that
You guys
orb.
need to check your treasure list, because I know that you guys stashed like a lot of your coins and stuff in there. Because dirt strength is a problem. Still.
Yeah. Most of the stuff we brought with us, and then when we got back, all of our stuff is out of Blandy Ride's chest right now. Right, that means I have everything. So I have, we do have a short sword that we can use to scrape the bark off the trees.
And you can use your hammer to knock down some of the bigger branches. All right,
Yeah.
well, let's see if you run across anything while you're out during your wood gathering endeavors.
I do have a scimitar.
Negative, almost, but no. You find some tracks that make you a little nervous. What are they? You don't know. They're big tracks. But they look a little old. Because again, between the snow and the fogs, there's not a lot running around. And how about intelligence check and a strength check? Intelligence to denote finding what you need in the fog, which is more or less kind of guesswork. And the strength to knock down some suitable size branches.
That's on you, Basco.
As
I
you
got
swing
medium
Dirt's
vision.
hammer.
I got.
Vision wouldn't help. Trees are room temperature. But I will have to keep that in mind, because you might see opponents coming at you before they can see you in the fog.
17 or less. Let's go. Got it.
All right. So you find a suitable dead tree, and then Quinn comes forward mightily to use your hammer to knock down branches, etc. You guys going for about a day's worth of wood.
Strength check.
Each
Go.
attempt takes about half the day, by the way.
Chop chop.
Strength or less, D20.
Right here, Basco. 15 or less.
Oh, 18.
He knocks
Your
down a
hammer is really heavy.
few branches, but can't seem to reach the higher ones. You were pretty confident that you could, but ain't going to work out. You're going to have to spend a few additional hours poking around. Because do keep in mind, you're getting a lot of wood. It actually takes a lot of wood to fuel a campfire all night. No encounters. Just the strength check.
Got it that time.
Alright, so you got yourselves a suitable pile of wood. Dragged back to the cave. And now you can keep the cave somewhat warm to where you won't have to worry about any kind of constitution or crazy checks during the following day and night.
Man, me and Rain had to do that so much when we first started.
You successfully gathered 2 days of wood. One of these days I'll learn to use a text tool. One of these days. But 2 days, that's about the same time that you're going to be being met with. So it's all pretty much a matter of laying low and hoping nothing comes along into this cave. The night that you gathered the wood, all clear as it can be. The watchman reports nothing but fog and wind. And morning time.
Today I actually ask Dargoth if he'll taste my food first.
Blaney Wright apologizes, but you see, we had 2 choices, my dear friend, he says, adjusting his glasses, and that was, I could bring you down through the power of my spells and magic, but I'm sorry, mostly I would have to hurt you, and I don't really want to hurt you, my friend. So I had to do something. And, well, access to my chest has given me access to a few little toys that I've acquired over time. And here we are. The better for it.
Now, Blaney, right? Where is your estate?
So Quinn's free of his curse. Dirt, not so much. You guys are waiting the arrival of Archangelo and Ben Frost in hopes that they can fully unlock the nature of your curse.
Okay.
I just
Primarily,
remembered I have
just
no
gotta lay
pants.
low. Why you got no pants?
Because
Burnt
they
off?
burnt off in the fire.
Oh yeah, that's right. So what are you doing about all that? Just
I decided
keeping
to
your
fashion
cloaks.
some. I decided to fashion some like leather greaves out of the hide of the Hydra.
Do you have any relevant skills that are going to help you with that? Leatherworking, trapper, furrier.
Animal handling.
No, you're just dying to use that proficiency.
Why did I get that stupid thing? No, I don't have anything. I'm just basically I'm just wrapping it around myself like a blanket.
Strips of lizard skin wrapped around.
Don't make fun of me. It's really cool looking. The green scale skin goes or the blue scale skin goes really nice with my red and black that I already have.
So there you are with no pants.
I can, because now that Blaney right has our stuff here, I can actually give him my cold weather clothing.
Well, there you
hey,
go. Now you have pants.
you can wear the cold weather shirt. because I've got a cloak, and then I'll just wear your pants.
Yeah. I bet you will wear my pants.
See how tall you are. 6'5"?
Yeah.
I'm 6'2", so it's only a couple inches too long in the inseam.
Yeah, you'd be fine. Good enough. It won't impede you or cause any penalties, so that's what you're looking for. Alright, so primarily you just gotta lay low like another day or two, so let's see what happens this evening. As evening rolls around, again, very quiet. The weather outside pretty much assures that. Following day, day 9, bringing you down to 1 day of wood. They arrive. The ones you're waiting for. But you're going to have to wait because I got to get here.
I'm going to find some suitable models. Is it
Oh.
Ben Frost and who?
Rick.
You're going to have to like describe Ben Frost to me because I have no idea what he looks like.
Yeah, here. Let me send you what Black sent me. There you go. Check Skype.
Oh, Skype. Okay. Oh, you sent me a picture.
Yep.
Is that a picture of you?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's a picture of Ben Frost.
Kind of looks like the Blaney White picture.
A little bit. Arcangelo Dumont. Arcangelo Dumont.
Yeah, that guy doesn't have a beard though.
Once I get my strength back, I'll be taking this chainmail suit finally made +1.
Okay. Why do I think that I have some sort of armor on already?
You don't? You can't wear armor, bro, because it messes up with your psionics.
That's right. I can't wear the best I can wear is studded leather. I can't wear anything heavier than that.
Yeah. How big is that pterodon head? 3 foot.
Yeah, I was about to say it's pretty big. Maybe you could like turn it into a backpack. I still think it would be a really awesome shield. 3-foot shield, yeah.
Oh, since we we have all of our stuff back, I also have a small tent, a backpack, and snowshoes.
Trying to find where I wrote that stuff down for me. I'm starting to wonder if I actually put anything in his box.
I don't think you did. I think it was only me because I couldn't carry anything anymore.
Okay, I'm back. Ben Frost, Archangelo Dumont reappear on the scene simply by walking into the cave. Looks like they've been in the snow a little bit, judging by the ice and frost. And that's the thing with teleport, it's not accurate in Skyfell. It gets you close, but you never really can tell how close you're going to get. That's why you don't see wizards just popping in and out of the streets all the time. So, at great expense, we're helping you. Oh, we even have figures for him, huh?
Sure.
Wonder, can one? Not really. Okay. No real color change you can do to these figurines.
Come. It must be cold outside.
Ben Frost addresses you. I looked into several records and other accounts of those who have faced the lion's wrath after defacing one of his structures or faces or statues or monuments, of which there are many scattered around the kingdom, cursed to this day. I believe, through Archangelo's magical inquiries, that we have an answer to your problem.
Oh?
It is simple, yet exceedingly complex. All at the same time, Ben Frost says. It seems as if you have offended the king, or the lion, we should say, always differentiate between the lion and the king, former king, which they have news on that as well. Anyway, you've shown pride, arrogance, and strength in the face of the lion, and as a result, you're going to have to prove your humility to the lion. You're going to have to do a symbolic act that should remove this curse from you. Archangelo just kind of, I don't think any part of this is going to be simple. Yes, yes. Ben Frost looks at you. My friend, you must go to the gates of Frostloft Castle. Bend the knee and admit that you are small and weak in the face of the lion. And that, I am confident, will lift your curse.
What's the place called again?
Frostloft Castle, the ancestral home of the Black Lion.
Great. Well, it was nice knowing you, Dargoth. I got some business south.
That's all we need. There it is.
At least
Right there.
it's not too horribly far away. Still in the snow, it's probably ridiculous far away.
All right. Well, a deal's a deal. Did you want any information on the tower that we were just in?
Oh, that's what they want?
Mm-hmm.
Frost does.
Us does, yeah.
What does Archangelo want?
He hasn't decided yet.
Here, why don't you take this beautiful
Lizard
engraved
pants set I made.
sword-
All dripping and gross. Here.
I made these pants myself. You're gonna love them. And you can also have this beautiful sword that I found. It's magical.
Ah, yes, Archangelo says, the sword. I see that Blanny Ride and your own companion somehow were able to wrest it from your hands. I will take it. I have a vault for such things.
It was at great expense to my bowels.
It shall be locked away. None shall ever touch it again.
One time was enough. And then it just makes you touch it again and again.
So we can get rid of that sword now.
And so, yes, you're going to have to go to the gates of Frostloft Castle.
Go to the gates, bend the knee, and admit my small incompetence to the lion.
Yep, basically how small and insignificant you are. And that should clear up your curse. Frost says there is an old road that might help you on your journey, for cutting through the mountains is suicide. You're going to have to go the road to the lost city of Hollowcliff. And from there, the Lion's old road should still persist. It will be not the best road on earth, but it'll be a road, a way to guide you to the castle, and it'll take you through the passes that you'll need, because going up and over the mountains, unless you got mountaineering and a lot of rope, is a losing proposition. Hey, look who's playing Dominia. Curse you! Fist to the sky! No, it's D&D. Some people like it, some people don't. Just the way it is. So, that's all you gotta do to get rid of your curse.
Okay.
Hollowcliff is this is the point on the map
Yeah.
with the axes,
Uh-huh.
pickaxes.
Yep.
Well, we were already kind of on our way in that direction.
It was a prosperous mining town that kind of seems to have gone into seclusion. They still pay their taxes, but they don't seem to be doing any business, or it's like the city's kind of closed down and become clannish and xenophobic.
Okay. Well. Does he still want proof? Information on the tower?
Oh yeah, that's Frost. He pulls out his papers and his quill and pen, keeping it warm by the fire. Tell me everything. Don't leave out any details.
Alright.
Can we leave out the part where I wandered into the vault and then the vault closed and then we lost all the keys?
Or the part where you got thrown into the flaming water.
Yeah, can we leave out the part where I don't have pants?
Alright, so the Corinthian dropped us off at this gate. We went into the first tower we saw because our friend here, Lenny Ride, and his friend Twiddle, was an illusion of a dragon. So we freaked out, got into the first tower we could, and we ran downstairs. Went down the hallway. There's a trap, a landfall trap as well, then a room full of poisonous darts, which we managed to not trigger. Our way around it, went in, continued down the hallway. There are doors spread through the hallways, but most of them were magically enhanced with nothing inside. We got in one of them, and after that we decided not to go in any other rooms because there was nothing in them. We go up to the first door. We opened the door. A big landfall trap trapped most of us down there. We got out. We continued down into the next room, which had glowing tiles, and one of us stepped on one of them. A monster. It was a troll. Then went on to the next room. A bunch of my friends tried to go through this door. I haven't seen them since.
That was when Jeffrey and them went stumbling through the gate door and they went to a faraway plane of existence, and that's a story for another day.
So I didn't see them on the other side, so I didn't know where they went. I didn't hear anything. And then so I kind of dug a tunnel around that door to a smaller room, which had nothing in it, thankfully. But in the next room was a very ill room. Had like a aura of, what's it called?
Badness.
Oh, it's,
You're talking the room with the bugbears that were held in stasis?
yeah, the stasis room. I forget what it's called. Petrifying room.
Mm-hmm.
We unlocked We got the sarcophagus out. Figured out that there was nothing really in there except for a blue shape, kind of like a key. And then we continued down the hallway.
Blanny Wright interjects. Now, you must understand at this time, all of us simply thought that we were trying to unlock the central vault that we believed had been maybe undisturbed or would still have some treasures of the lion. I had heard legends of a great gem that he kept at this place. Little did I know the truth. Please continue.
So there's 4 towers, 4 keys. We managed to get by all the traps. We got the vault open. We entered the vault. It seemed empty, and everything. The doors instantly shut, and there's a weird presence in the room. So all of us hopped on the couch, and then we got sent back in time. Tower was fully standing. When we arrived, we actually came in with a commander of the Black Legion. As I present him the scale mail of the Black Lion.
A bit damaged, he says, as he notices the parts that have been cut off to fuel your remove curse.
Yeah, I've been cutting it off to remove the curse that has been bestowed upon me due to the fact of I can't be this weak forever.
Yes, I fully understand I'm certain the requirements of your job, your lack of strength doesn't help you much, as he looks to your 15-pound hammer.
Yeah. So we took care of him, but there was guards upon us. We took up into the tower because above us was a ceiling with a ladder. We could just climb straight up. So we did, and when we got up to the top, we opened the door, and we were on a different plane kind of thing. We're in the Earth plane. We wandered around for a bit, sealed the latch with a massive rock just to buy us some time. We circumvented. We met up with a Sphinx that made a deal with to do deeds at a later time.
It asked you the riddle of the river, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which Basco totally didn't get, but Dirt immediately got. I remember, Basco, you were like, how did you, what? Huh?
I thought something about like a dog and like a bridge. I don't know.
So we managed to do that. We got the key. We went up to the next level, which was a Earth level. And on that Earth level, there were monkeys that were telepathic, and we ran into a Medusa. Killed her, went on to the next level, found the key in a little garden, went on to the next level, which was a fire level. And there was a giant fire giant at the other side of the lake. And the lake was all pure fire. Not like lava, because we could swim in it, but it was just fire. So we continued on. We managed to kill the fire giant. Managed to unlock the door, which was on the roof of that level because there's a gravity field that forces us upward. And we used this key to send him the 2 platinum keys used to open the door. Took it with us to give us more time in case the Legion caught up to it, which they did on each level up until we got up to the water level. We were suspended above the water So we kind of just dropped down into the water, and we had to fight manta rays and a big, big fish. I forget the name of. We managed to scale through that really quick. Kind of look for an entrance, and we came across. We finished that level. We came across a door, like the next gate door, had a bunch of runes that just depicted each elemental area. We went into the room. The room was circular, the giant white gem in the middle of it, which took the life of our friend Twitter. Managed to grab hold of that gem, then started spiraling downward because the tower collapsed once we got hold of that gem. Next thing we knew, we were back to present day. That's what happened.
Pretty good summary of your adventure through the tower.
I have to tell this to a lot of people at work sometimes.
Frost writes down the notes, asks you a few specific questions about a few more specific details. At which point Blanny Ride is like, "Oh, gentlemen, by the way, something I wanted to tell you." He points to that crystal orb. That thing's highly magical. Remember.
Oh, the one that spawned the monsters?
No, that swallowed Twiddle.
No. The one that spawned the monsters.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I don't think it was doing that, Blanny Ride says. The magic that surrounds it is divination, knowledge, information, seeing the unseen.
Do you think it's a...
Frost suddenly gets a look of no shit. That could be the eye of the lion. What? It was said the lion had a crystal that he could see through. It was one of the many ways that he oppressed the people of the land, because he could see without seeing. You say this forge as he looks through the notes, because remember, it took you better part of the day to give him all the details that your character would have of it. You know, you gave him the hallways were this long, and they all came together into the central vault, and the vault seemed to be made of mithril or something even more hard than that. You know, all the little details. So he looks through his notes, and he's like, clearly the forge was important to the king, correct?
Yeah.
Sure.
And it was highly magical. Obviously, he was channeling elemental energies. Perhaps from time to time he used the place to renew, or create, or empower his items. Perhaps the lion spent more time there than I originally thought. Gentlemen, I believe that you're holding the eye of the lion, one of his many devices that allowed him to see far and to hear the whispers against him.
That little orb
Did you find any notes, or were there any words?
Yes, there were 4 words, but we can't speak them.
There were 4 words in the room of the orb where it would spawn monsters. I jot them down.
Yeah, let's write them down. Yeah.
And Frost. I can't remember the words off the top of my head though, because.
No, Frost says, you didn't forget the words. Those might be the words that power or control the device.
Those words, we said them all at once, and
he pulls a Lord of the Rings and puts a blanket over the thing for the time being. If you're not in control of it, somebody else might be. And there's no telling if it's a two-way eye. I know nothing of this device other than it was said that the king had a crystal that he could empower to see far. This might be that very thing. It was in one of the safest locations. It was in one of the forges of the lion. Friends, there were more than one forge of the lion, so you know. That was one of several.
Yeah.
Each one different.
Out of curiosity, do you know what spectalarium is?
Archangelo kind of looks to the ground, as does Frost, as does Blanny Ride. Where did you hear that? Blanny Ride looks at you. Where did you hear that?
Well, we contacted one of our friends through Vasco here, the Mind Witch, and he said that he found a scroll of a Black Lion's one of the Black Lion's fleets. Scroll said Spectalarium on it, mentioned it a few times, and about them sailing coast to coast. There are 7 days, no, 14 normal days away south of Spectalarium.
I know of it, Blanny Ride says. As do the others, and Frost through his researches. The Specularum is one of the happily forgotten atrocities of the lion. It was said to be his slave processing center, where the slaves were sent to have their minds reworked.
Oh. Hmm. Slave camp. Where is it?
Off the coast, it was said to be destroyed, but it is said to be an island.
What's the name of that island Wafu's from?
No, that's not it.
Is the island on any coastal maps?
Not anymore, Archangelo says. Some of the secrets of the lion are best not discussed, and the island has never been found by any reputable sailor in the last 10 years since the rise of Reginald.
Hmm.
I would like to ask them about the tentacled faced beings I saw.
Now, see, that's one thing that, again, Jeffrey would be able to fill you in on the fact that the former Grand Admiral, you guys know this too, the former Grand Admiral, Admiral Strocht, of under Reginald, up in RUNNOFT with several of the Navy's boats. It was said that he was going to seek the Specularum. In case you didn't get the RUNNOFT, he run off. Yeah, without announcement and without leave. One of the last things he did before his demise was Reginald announced that, unfortunately, the former Grand Admiral is kind of a rogue now and put out reward for any information about his whereabouts and the boats that went with him, because he talked, his unit into going with him. Some say it was jealousy, because Admiral Jeffrey had come back. Oh, look at me, I found this faraway land, and it's got like all kinds of weird plants and shit we ain't never seen. And Strocht was like, oh, well then I'll just go find another legendary thing. And he hasn't been heard from since. Jeffrey would tell you that. He doesn't like Stract. He met him a couple of times. They don't get along. They don't get along at all. So yeah.
All right.
And in many ways, here's the sick thing. Remember how Alex has told you he made that wish one day and everything's gone wrong since?
Yep.
In many ways, all of that I just explained to you happened because of something that Jeffrey wished for at that same idol.
Wait.
Yeah. Those two actually set into motion great wheels that had been sitting stagnant for a long time. And now you guys basically just put grease on the wheel. You more or less attached a motor to the wheel as you came back with this thing that should not be. And that's a warning that Archangelo gives you. This thing, looking at the milky white gem, should not be.
Couldn't be here.
It should have never have been made, and it shouldn't be here. Now, you guys have been in this cave for a while, and let me check something.
Oh God.
I just need to check a note to see if Blaney Ride has what you need. No. Blaney Ride states that we need a identifying wizard, as in a wizard who has the spell Identify and a few other spells that can help us out. I'm but an illusionist. Most of the information I get is through hard work and diligence and reading books. Archangelo will manhandle the gem if you'll allow him to. It'll take him the better part of a day.
As I hesitantly give it to him, I say, "Be careful. It swallowed our friend."
I have suspicions on this, Archangelo says. Frost and myself have discussed it a bit. You notice he doesn't touch it directly. When you hand it over, he basically has like a blanket or cloth, and he just wraps it up in it, and he's going to go over into a corner of the cave with Frost and with you and Quinn, because he's going to ask a few questions of you as well.
Okay.
And he begins the process of the Identify spell, which is, I'm just going to save the details for when one of you guys has to cast it. But for the moment, let's just say that it requires a lot of specific materials, of which most of you've got it. You've got the best things he could possibly use. You've got a few little things of the king laying around. From one scale off of that armor to any other little knickknacks you may have picked up in the tower. Coins, gems.
All right.
So, with that in mind, he's got the components that he's going to need. He's got the gem, he's got a few other accoutrements that were attached to the lion. He's got you to ask a few questions. He's got Blaney Ride and Quinn to ask a few questions. All said and done, by the end of the day, as you guys are sitting around the fire, he walks up and gives the gem back to you. I believe it is safe to touch, Archangelo says. I believe that it is inert. It is a repository. It is the soul gem.
It is the soul gem.
Yes. It contains and bottles souls. For what purpose, I do not know. But whatever its purpose is tied with the specularum of the lion. It is an inert creation. As in, it needs something else to make it complete. It's part of a greater creation.
Think it has anything to do with the Leviathan?
I did not feel any connection, nor did I get any feelings that it was connected with the Leviathan in any way.
Well, maybe the other half is at Castle Frostloff. Kill two birds with one stone, I guess.
And now, unfortunately, we also bring dark tidings for all of Skyfell. Ben Frost and Archangelo both. Harcus Cormalis has a legitimate and lasting claim to the throne of Skyfell, and has assumed the throne for himself. The Cormalis family is long known for their former loyalty to the Black Lion. They were champions and knights, elite knights under the Lion. They're one of the noble families that served under the Lion, but they have managed to avoid any legal or moral prosecution by King Reginald. As in, they've slipped through the cracks and played the, hey, look at me, I'm a good guy, even though everybody knows they're not. The kingdom is now ruled by a paladin of the Mistress Umbara, the goddess of death, destruction, and darkness. Now, many are disputing his claim to the throne. He is simply claiming a military precedence that was put in place by the Lion. But be aware, friends, when you return to civilization, it's not going to be what you left behind. Guild rule has taken most of the cities, and now with House Cormalis taking the throne, who knows what loyalists are going to come forward. The Cormalis family has a lot of ties, a lot of ancestry, and a lot of power. What a strange turn of events. Not but 6 months ago, everybody was looking for Cormalis. He was wanted by Reginald. A reward was out for him. Now he sits upon Reginald's throne. And we have been advised, Archangelo says, a certain circle who watches out for the kingdom as a whole. That progress must move forward, and with that, we have one final favor to bequeath upon you. And a great cost, expense, and all that other good stuff like that. The room dissolves around you. And Dirt?
Yeah.
You feel a familiarity as you and Quinn, your gear, have appeared in the little room in the cave in your shrine. You look at your little heap of hay that served as your bed, and you're like, oh, I'm home. We're home. Archangelo, Blanny-Ride, Dumond, and Frost are not present. Just you guys. And your goodies.
Blanny-Ride left us?
Yes. He has to take care of a few things on his own.
What's been left behind is the eyeglasses for you, Dirt.
Lucky.
Yes.
And I believe I already gave Quinn his thingy.
Yeah.
You've got the Scroll of Protection from Earth. Remember that, Quinn? Total immunity to any earth or stone effects in a 10-foot radius. 1d4 plus 1 turns. That's 10 minutes per for the duration. Dirt, the eyeglasses are basically eyeglasses of Detect Magic. They're equal to 10th level caster. They have 20 charges. He gave you his best glasses.
Is this in the loot card?
Some of it is, but you might want to start putting this stuff on that big empty section on your second page of your character sheet. There's a big empty area. That's where you write these specific items down. So that way you know what's on you. Because as you'll notice, as the campaign progresses, I more accurately need to know what you're carrying on your body.
And what was the one thing that I was supposed to have on mine? The Scroll of Protection from Earth?
What was that, Turd? Yes.
Okay.
Scroll of Protection from Earth.
Okay, I already had it.
Mm-hmm.
We were so close to Frostloft Castle, and then they ported us back down by Sweet Haven.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, why?
Because from here you can get on the road and maybe get some dogs and sleds or a carriage or something. And it looks like you guys are headed to Hollowcliff.
Yep.
I've got animal handling. Let's get some dogs.
That is finally, there it is. You could definitely use animal handling. A, to find good dogs, because remember, Skyfell is measured on a 1d20. You want a horse? Well, we'll roll its quality. If you get here you go. We'll do it real quick. Okay, so check it out. Harcus Cormalis, the anti-paladin, is going to try and catch you on the road and chop your head off because he don't like you. So you're on your horse, he's on his horse. Let's see who has a better horse.
I also have land-based riding.
So I have a quality 13 horse. You guys are running with a quality 7. That's going to give me a substantial plus because my horse is a little bit above average. High dollar, high price. Most animal companions will be measured by that comparison. A class 20 would be like a perfectly trained, combat-capable, rescue-capable dog. Kind of like a St. Bernard mixed with a military canine. The perfect dog. And you'll very rarely see them. As an animal handler, you can identify. To most people, a dog is a dog is a dog. They measure how cute they are. You're like, nah, that one's too thin. That's a good dog. He'll probably last all day pulling a sled. And that'll help you to find better quality animals, whether it's horses, dogs, whatever. And as for handling, the lower the quality of the animal, the more quirks it'll have. Not better than a dog that likes to just nip at you every once in a while. Things like that.
I also have animal training.
Mm-hmm. So that could also be useful if you were to find some untrained animals and you had a little bit of time to train them. Now, as you guys kind of advance, you'll get more political time and more adventure time kind of intermixed. Political time is when you can spend a week training a dog. You understand? Because you'll be at your house or your tower or your buddy's house on their land, and a couple of weeks will pass and there's nothing really happening because you're doing the politicking. You don't really have a land holding, Quinn, but you have several pals who do. All your pals got land. Jeffrey got land. Dirk got land. Magpie got land. So with that in mind, yes, your shrine. And you guys were close enough to Frostloft Castle that you may have gotten yourselves in a lot of trouble because you don't exactly have what you need for long-term over the road through the mountain to grandmother's house we go. Therefore, they felt it would be best to put you in a place where you can put together the proper resources for an expedition, perhaps an extended expedition. So you're home, Dirt. How long's it been since you've seen this place?
A
It
long
also puts
time.
you close to the Borderland Keep in case you want to go poking around down there. It also puts you close to Sweet Haven City where you can find information and read books. Maybe make some business deals.
We're actually
Do a little
closer.
gambling. Do some fishing.
We're closer to Sweet Haven now, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I constantly complain about, yay, we have all this money, and we have nowhere to spend it. So I'm like ready to go shopping. How about you, Dargath?
I say we split up our money, leave it here.
He's ready for a mall montage.
Dude, we need to get so many crumpins right now.
Yeah, some
We
more
definitely
winter
need to get
cloaks
some
would be
horses.
good. Extended please don't see me's for the priest would be good.
Yeah.
Like, I think Alex bought like 16 weeks or 160 weeks or some bullshit. He bought like crates of no-see-ums. He just dumped all the money on it. It was like, here, don't see me.
I need some
And
pants.
yeah, you guys are going to need some winter cloaks, some backup winter cloaks in case your other ones get burned, some torches, maybe some Greek fire. You're going to need some sleds, because I'm telling you, dog sleds are probably the way to go. You're going to need some more rope,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
because
think all
you
mine
guys
burnt.
always seem to be short on rope. Doesn't matter if it's the dwarves or the surface people. Everybody's never has enough rope. And you know why? Because rope's heavy and takes a lot of
Yeah.
room. 50 feet of rope is,
Pretty heavy.
yeah, it adds up on the poundage.
How do we know how much a sled costs?
You'll have to get that information when you go shopping. It's not like you can
Shopping
get on the net
time?
and start eBaying it. Wait a minute. You can get on the mental net and start eBaying. Or there's some voice in the back of my head asking how much a dog sled is. You can't just reach out and contact unknown minds, by the way, Vasco. You can't use it as like a thought radar.
Right.
I'm going to sit in the middle of the room and just try and contact a brain near me. You can't do that, because that can easily, of course, be exploited into radar. You have to be able to at least see the opponent. But after you have contacted a mind, this is the scary part, Vasco, that you should be scared of. If someday you come up against a psionic opponent, they manage to get contact with you, they can always try to get contact with you. However, most psionic attack modes have a range, so they have to be within like a certain number of yards. But any brain that you've contacted, you can attempt to mind link with, and the range is listed as interplanetary. So if Alex was on another plane of existence, you can't talk to him. But if he was on the moon, you could. Skyfell has 2 moons. Those will be detailed.
So guess who finally popped up in chat?
Oh, I know. And so that would be something that I'll kind of casually inquire about regarding there might be ways to get out there to the moons. And they might actually tie into what's going on down here.
All right.
Because that makes for a creepy little mystery that you guys are kind of getting into right about now. Of the great mysteries of Skyfell. The Leviathan is one that everybody's also kind of ignoring at the moment, and I fully understand why, because nobody knows what to do with it, and what do you do with it? And nobody knows anything about it, or nobody knows where it came from. All that we know is that somebody has a cube that leads to some fucked up place, and there's no information on why. Why the cube do that, nobody knows. Guy's mystified. He has no idea. He's like, I don't know.
I remember the 4 words now. Black.
I have to write them down, I guess. Did you go digging through the video footage?
Mm-hmm. Guys, like we
It's
had it written
terrible.
on the table. We had it written on
Oh,
the
I
table
know.
right
When you
here.
guys deleted it, I was laughing because I was like, boy, they're going to wish they hadn't done that. And in old classic traditional D&D, without video archives, you all would be messed up. You'd have to get those words back using spells and money.
We just have to go back. See, the funny thing is, I remember what the words were. Like they were the names of the creatures. I just couldn't remember what exactly they were.
I'll
So,
give
like
bonus
frog,
experience
bear,
points to
that kind
Quinn if he can say any of the 4 words. Now, within 10 seconds.
frog, bear, from
2, 1, anything?
Begne?
Okay, nope. Write the words on the table, Dirt.
Oh shit. Yeah, they're Ixam, Alrastil, Ungo, and Reg.
Yeah, the pronunciation's important. Do you have the text of them?
Like the. There you go. They're on the table.
Let's see what you got there. So there it is. You believe that those words are tied in.
He never really told us how they're pronounced, so. Yeah.
Oh my god, I was so close to saying Murd. You have no idea.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
So I'll say, Dirt, I do trust you to like hold on to all of our goodies. Um, if we want to hide them in your room. So maybe we can just pull out some general funds to go get party gear with.
Yeah. Well, most of the gear will be cemented into the ground.
Oh, well, be perfectly safe then, right? No, we can delete this two-handed bastard sword from the Black Legionnaire. Don't have that anymore for sure.
I'll delete it then. And it's gone. Don't delete anything, Vasco.
I'm copying on my Quinn loot note card over here onto my character sheet.
Luck's typing an awful lot. I'm scared.
It's probably just, it might just be Emma going, hey, can I play with you?
I don't know, man. Typing a lot of stuff.
Maybe somebody's getting chewed out.
Oh,
We should make a shopping list.
That's a great fucking idea right there. That's a good idea, Basco.
what should we do?
Make a shopping list.
Yeah, yeah.
You and your fancy note cards.
There you go. Oh, all right.
Did we delete one of our loot cards?
No, it's over here on my side.
Oh, thank God. I was like,
Okay, so if you want to make the shopping list, go ahead. I'm gonna make a list of what gear is left and
okay.
hiding. What what gear we're taking, basically.
No, it's just ammo. I was just letting him know a couple things. You know how I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it basically just comes down to it's all about scheduling and communication. If he's there, let us know. If he's not, let me know. We got all the good places. You know, as in he can contact me through so many different kinds of media. I would still like to kind of get him in channel to account for Jeffrey personally, but most of the information I gave you the other night
Yeah.
from Jeffrey's perspective is relevant and what he knows. And personally, I think I caught the essence of the character pretty good. Or like you back in my brains, weird. And We do have to remember that the Saturday thing was a hit and miss. In other words, if we introduce the kid, if he's not here, I have full 100% thumbs up, role play the character, run the character as an NPC.
Okay, cool.
So, and the kid's a bit of a challenge because he's getting less squishy over time, but when he was first dumped on the players, he was half the level of the rest of the group. They were all like 6th level, and the kid was like 3rd as a wizard, so he had like 15 hit points or something terrible. Anyway, moving right along. So, and yes, Blanny Ride has some things that he needs to attend to, along with pretty much all those other guys you were talking with. Things are happening now. You guys have kind of removed a keystone and caused a big avalanche to start.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. So with that in mind, your shrine is a little bit different on the layout here. Do you have your map handy of your shrine? If not, I do have it somewhere. If you wouldn't mind, I'm going to touch up your map of your shrine, because I know so much more about how to use this little map program thingy nowadays that I can do you right. I'll make you a nice map. And I'll give you the template so you can modify it later.
Yeah, I have it saved here.
Yeah, bring us in a bit of that. I'm going to move these guys in the tent over here for now.
Can we get permission?
Oh,
Please?
sure. Whoops. Sorry. We need to clear a table. A little bit.
How do you load something on this thing?
It's asking me if I want to import.
I guess I can't load it.
Let me see. I think I have an image of it. So let me check my stuff here.
You do have an image of it because I sent it to you a while back.
I do.
Can you make holy water?
Crap, I don't have it handy, it looks like.
I can send it to you real quick.
Now, why can't you import things? That doesn't seem right.
You know what? I'll be right back.
Okay. I will also be right back. Perfect time for a quick AFK. Right as we get a couple of viewers, welcome to the show, viewers. Be sure and say hello. And pardon the slow moment. We're doing just a little bit of a transition from one place to another, and guys are getting themselves back to organized. So, pardon the silent moment. I'm an AFK. Dirt's important something, and Quinn's sitting there making a shopping list.
So,
So-
if you guys have any suggestions for the shopping list, definitely let me know.
Keep in mind they're in an Arctic environment and going into a horrifying Arctic environment. So yeah, make your suggestions revolve around that. In any event, I'll be right back.
Black, before you go, promote me.
Yes, caught me right in the last second as I was standing up. I heard this dwindling. Black, promote me. All right, I'll be right back.
All right, let's clear some of this junk.
I can't see where the chat is.
I don't have it. Let me pull it up real quick. All right, chat's up now.
Ah, now I see the chat room. Okay. Dirt, are you able to make holy water as a priest?
Yeah,
So probably don't need to buy any.
probably not. No.
Ah, dog food. That might be a thing.
Yeah, food for the dog.
So I found out that my proficiency in animal handling is in falcons.
Oh,
I can still probably use it for the dogs. I'm not proficient.
all right.
Because somebody told me, or they gave me the impression that like trained falcons are like super, super expensive or whatever. So I had this great idea of like, I'm going to catch a falcon, I'm going to train it, I'm going to sell it, I'm going to be a rich man. Instead, I'll probably just end up buying a trained falcon.
What gear do you want to be taking with you?
Well, I'm thinking like in terms of loot, maybe just like a little bit of spending money, but I'm thinking pretty much all other loot needs to stay behind. I'll probably give you these symbols of Brenna to leave behind.
All right. So the information right here.
You want me
Take,
to
I
copy
don't know.
and
I'm
paste it?
taking it off your card right now.
Oh, scary.
Are you taking any of this stuff with you?
I'll probably take the scroll of protection from Earth. I'll probably take the water breathing potions. I'll probably take the jar of Quantum's ointment.
Okay, so
The rest of that stuff will probably stay. Which is funny because I totally just copy and pasted that from the loot sheet that you're getting ready to put it back on. Basically, the stuff that doesn't have an actual purpose, I'll leave.
all right. This is no longer. So you can have this card back now, Quinn. Use it as a loot guide. A lot of shit over here. Ooh. God damn.
I'm back. Looks like we got a few more viewers. Okay, so what do we got going on here?
I
Got
got
the
a
shrine.
pretty decent
Sweet.
shopping list going.
Awesome. Do keep in mind, prices when you finally get into the madness known as the cities under guild law will be a little different. Guild rule basically means the guilds can name their own price. Because what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? You going to go to the king?
Zip. Zip. Do anything.
Yeah, but I'll just use my Jedi mind tricks.
Yeah, there you go. So, I cannot for the life figure
Pepsi
out
time.
how to see the viewers. I think I need to learn my way around Twitch a little better. As it is, you guys are in Dirt Shrine. It's not... That's your plan, right? The brewery, the altar room, all that.
Yeah.
As it is this locked down? Let's lock this down real quick so we can draw
I mean, if
stuffs.
it's your shrine, wouldn't we get good prices around here?
There's no one here.
Oh. Oh.
So I think at this point, this is about all that's intact of the plan.
Yep.
And we got the spring outside, the circle of stones with the fertile soil between, broken rocky ground. It is the caldera of an ancient, long extinct volcano. Just so you know. So it is surrounded by cliff on all sides, and then very sharp escarpment down. The tunnel helps you to avoid a lot of that.
Why don't you find a real nice place to put that pterodon head?
Nope, pterodon head comes with me.
How are you going to carry that thing around? It's pretty big.
We've been managed to carry. Vasco's been managed to carry around this whole time, so.
That's what he thinks.
Well, as I start enforcing more rules over time, let's find out. How big is a
3 foot?
3 foot. Probably weighs at
pterodon
least
head?
10 pounds would be my guess. At least.
This is a small
heavier.
one. This is a small one.
Well, it did have to fit in a tower. Okay, Dargot. Here's the way I feel about it. We can take the pterodon head, but you've got to find a practical use for it.
What do you mean, practical use for it?
Well, maybe.
It contains the soul of Gerdek. What other practicality is there?
I think that it's 3 feet long. You could you could fashion it into an amazing Gerdek blessed shield.
No, no, I can't. I can't risk it
Just
being
use some
broken.
leather straps. No, Gerdek, it's Gerdek in there. It can't be broken.
No, no, can't be done.
Where's Blanny Ride? We need to poison this guy.
Mighty Ride ain't around no more.
Yeah, make this pterodon head disappear while he's not looking.
Okay, let me see if I actually have a resource that I'm gonna need.
We'll just mount it on the front of the dog sled, so it'll just be really awesome when we're driving up.
Oh, I do. Okay, good.
The wording. Okay, good. Always frightens me.
Pardon my lapse in memory. Did I introduce the kid last episode?
Yeah.
You did.
All right. Well, he's still lingering in the background. It's been quiet up till now. Because I need to make sure his character sheet was here, which it is. Everything's ready to go.
Oh, hey guys.
Oh, hi guys. This cave's really small. It's a little small for 3 people.
You're small for 3 people.
But I like your place. It's nice. I like the field outside. Do you know if we can trade things for stuff around here?
No, not here. We have to go to the town.
No, okay.
God damn.
So let's see if he has anything useful for the moment. Again, kind of a logistics episode it's looking like as you guys get prepared for the big journey.
Yeah.
So, in theory, your big journey is going to be, let's bring this over here, something along these lines.
Right there. Yep.
Your island, yeah, it's right around here-ish.
That one.
So, oops, it's not locked down. Can't draw on it unless locked. Lock.
Lock. That one. Yep.
To whatever the hell that's all about. And then, in theory, there's supposedly some old road that'll lead you kind of through the passes and up to the gates of Frostloft Castle, where you'll be able to admit to the Black Lion how pathetic you are and be free of your curse and get on with your life.
Fantastic.
And yeah, right around there. That's, where the tower is. Or where it was.
Small mirror to peek around corners with.
Ain't gonna see shit. We're going on the road.
Well, then I need one to, like, make sure I'm still pretty.
You got mirror on here twice.
Oh. Maybe you need one.
No, I don't need a mirror.
No. Maybe we'll separate. We need to signal each other from different sides, and then we have to use Morse code.
You could just contact my mind and ask.
What if he's out of PSPs?
That's right.
Which he's perpetually out of PSPs.
What do you expect me to do? Smoke signals?
He's like, hell, I'm out of PSPs right now.
I don't even know where the PSPs are.
Never had them.
Oh.
Alright, so you guys are ironing out the details of your shopping list, I assume?
Yeah, I think I put a ton of stuff on there.
Well, before all that, it's looking like about a week. across the snowy roads, even with the number of people coming and going. But because the road is considered well patrolled, your chances of encounter are somewhat low. But keep in mind, you're going to be along the road as in the road of... It's quickly becoming known as kind of like the road of danger or road of death in Skyfell. Well, the road between Ironton and Sweethaven is plagued. The caravans and whatnot constantly, as of late, are being attacked by the likes of Pox and her dragon friend.
Most of the time when I came up here from the keep, I'd come up and go through the mountain. I know there's a trail that through the mountains, because I avoid this road like a plague, because I know all of that stuff.
And one can only assume in the last, month or two, that with the coming of Leviathan and with the upping of people leaving Frisia in mass droves, and certain others, panicking out of Narfell, figuring that maybe Narfell's next, the road is traveled. Thus, there's probably a pretty good chance that Pox and Sargalice have just upped their activities. Many believe they do what they do to just get money together for whatever the hell they're thinking about doing. And as you guys know, spell research and stuff can be very expensive.
Yep.
Also creeping around here is the army of the Coldwater Orcs, who've been wandering around for a while, and the possibility of happening across somebody you don't particularly want to meet, and that would be Flamsterd and Tordish.
They're with the orcs.
So the rumor says. The last real-time report you guys have on the movement of the Coldwater Orcs was Magpie's estate got attacked by them. But the monks of the Silver Door turned them away. It was said they were originally marching on the keep. But who knows, with the recent events that you heard about from Archangelo, the keep might not be such a great target for them anymore. Who knows what they're up to now. So this area of Skyfell is particularly hot these days.
Awesome.
Oh, that's right.
What?
We'll deal with that. That's a little bit later. We'll deal with that. So,
What?
What? So here you are. You're in your shrine. You're safe. You at least know where you are. You have food, water, wine. Just assume that you have about 30 days of food, water, wine, firewood to keep your little room there happy.
Right.
You mind if we take about
As he dives into the wine, finally! You had the whiskey to tide you over, but yeah. Some homebrew wine.
I'm gonna be smashed. Oh yes, I've been waiting for a while for this.
So when you're making your shopping list, remember there's I'm over here, the kid says. I'll take a mirror.
Oh my.
he wants a mirror. Oh,
Yeah. Mirrors are expensive, bro.
Should we get him a high chair?
Dirt can make holy water, but not right now. he'd have to invest a substantial amount of money. Remember, we talked about that once, Dirt? You were like, fuck that.
Yep.
Yeah. And if you wonder why holy water is so hideously expensive, it's because it has to be in either silver lined or crystal glass when it's removed from the font. Otherwise, it loses its holy and special properties. So you're more or less paying for the bottle.
But we came to the conclusion I could just use a bag. It doesn't need to be in a bottle.
But you have to make a font to create some kind of holy dirt. Like crushed quartz crystals or, something along those lines. But as it stands, to make the font to bless it is kind of beyond your means at present.
So maybe we should put that on the shopping list.
It's way beyond your means at present. Very expensive endeavor to make a holy water or holy item font. But after that, it's perpetual. You can keep using it.
Can I delete all this, like spinel, topaz, emerald? Have you put that on your chart already?
Everything that was on your card. Full of Brenna. Alright, hold on. Yeah, you can put everything. You can get rid of everything to have it all in here.
Because I had the scroll of protection I was going to keep. I was going to keep the water breathing and then the jar of Quintum's ointment on me.
Yeah, that ointment's great stuff.
Oh! Hell yes!
What's up?
We'll be stopping off at the Frost Giants, by the way.
You could. You'd have to swing a little ways, yeah? Just a little ways off the main road there, but yeah.
Yeah, not by much, but yeah.
More detailed map of the region. The immediate region.
Where is... Because I know this is my land.
So in effect, you guys will be making... Oops, I forgot to lock it. I always do that. There we go. You guys... okay. Alright. You got a couple of choices. You can try and follow along the creek to the main road, or you can go through the wild mountains to the main road. You don't know a whole lot about these regions, other than Philomena's Wrath is a huge, tremendously large chasm, sinkhole, canyon that some say drops into the depths of the Underdark. Many rivers from the mountains disappear into that. The alkaline bleaks and the Grey Lace Lake are the results of some kind of mining endeavor the lion indulged in. The Grey Creek is exactly what it sounds like. Grey, foul, nasty. Jathaniar's Rest, the bright towers as they're called, are pristine towers of white, no windows, no landings, no doors, that are said to be the grave of an elven princess.
Elven princess.
Mm-hmm. Philomena was said to be a great wizard. Philomena's wrath is said to be the byproduct of some great spell that she cast.
Ah, okay.
Down to the south and the east of Mount Nemval, in those mountains out there between the Bright Towers and Mount Nemval, there are perpetual storms. They rage always, in a self-perpetuating cycle, two of them, that seem to circle around each other. They're known only as the Eyes of Arctimenke. Those storms have persisted for as long as Skyfell written history. They were there before the Lion. The Fortress of Tenfields is very similar to the Borderland Keep, or so you've heard. It's a fortress sponsored by the kingdom with a garrison there to kind of, keep peace on the road. The Fortress of Tenfields, also known, there are farming conglomerates in the area, hence the term Tenfields.
All right.
And of course, the ruins of Coldwater up there to the north, and the Coldwater Fens are said to be the home of Coldwater orcs and other humanoid tribes, trolls, and things such as that. And then off down the road is off to Sweet Haven City. So we won't be able to play it this episode, but I'm going to get your road adventure ready. You're thinking about a week to Sweet Haven, about 2 weeks to Hollow Cliff if all goes well, and unknown. If the road is perfect and the weather is nice, another 2 weeks to Frostloft. Could be as many as 4.
And how many weeks?
Hmm?
No. How many weeks are in a month in this? Like 5, right?
4. Each week 10 days.
Okay.
Sweet Haven is probably where you're going to have to do the vast majority of your shopping. Up until that point, it's going to be kind of, hit and miss.
Yeah,
You got some firewood you can take with you, but you're probably going to have to try and gather as you go in many ways for the first week.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first week's going to be a lot of, okay, we have no gear, push on. Did either of you have the hunting proficiency?
Nope.
That's all
No,
right.
because that would be useful.
Like I said, you have about 10 days or 30 days of food here at the place.
Since the level, since our levels went up, do we get a proficiency at all?
You could hang out right here long enough to gain your levels. We can maybe close the episode. Maybe close the episode that way. Let's do
that
that. Because you can sit right here, Dirt. You guys have firewood. You've got food. Enough to last. You're probably going to have to restock the place when you get back, but
Yeah.
you have enough provisions here that you and Quinn could hang out for about a month before you'd literally be out of everything.
Okay. Learn off of each other.
Yeah, and spend a lot of time,
Drinking.
thinking of Gerdek, pondering the skull. Shit, I'm totally messing up my headphones here. Give me a sec. They got snagged up. All right. So basically, it comes down to, in return for getting your levels here and going on the road, you're going to have to restock your shrine. Consider it empty,
Okay.
food-wise and all that.
Right.
As a priest, if you went up a level, what level are you now?
Level 9.
Okay, so that would put you at roll 1d8 plus your constitution bonus and add that onto your hit points, because that'll be your new hit points.
I'll roll 1d8 plus my constitution.
Uh-huh. Whatever the bonus is. So con plus 2. So 1d8 plus 2. 6. So add 6 to your hit points, and that's your new hit point total.
Okay.
These are your spells per level, going from first up. So first level spells, you now have 6. Your wisdom is 18, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you have 6 first level spells, 6 second level spells, 4 third level spells, 3 fourth level spells, and 1 fifth level spell.
Okay. And how many times a day can I cast them?
It's the same as the others.
Okay, so as of right now, it's
First through third is 3 times per day.
Yep.
Fourth and fifth
Third.
once. 6 and above. Or, I'm sorry, 2. And then 6 and above 1.
So fourth and fifth are 2.
Okay, let me grab your Thaco, because I think your to hit will go down. Priest level 9. Your base Thaco still remains at 16. That's your
17?
base. 16.
Okay.
And let's see, your 9th level now, right?
Yes.
You gain a non-weapon proficiency slot, meaning you can choose a new
Good
non-weapon
for
proficiency.
you.
All right.
Hunting it is.
Or assign one that you've been working on or thinking about. So you do have a non-weapon proficiency slot. And that's it. A few more hit points, more spells, which actually, more spells. That's the big thing. And
yeah.
a non-weapon proficiency.
All right. So we went over the spells a while ago. Do you want to set spells And for 5th level spells, most of them are rare for my major spheres.
Hmm.
We agreed upon one that I could have. Wanted to confirm that would be, which was
The Whirlpool of Doom, I think.
yeah.
And then choose one more 5th level just so that your book has some stuff in it. How many 5th level spells do you have in your book, your Codex of Knowledge or whatever we call it?
He told me I could get 2.
Yeah, that makes sense because you can cast one right
But here's the problem. All the other ones are super rare
now.
for my spheres. That's another thing I wanted to talk to you about for that, because there's Sink into Earth, which I have written down. I do believe I do.
Let's discuss that on the side. For now,
All
just
right.
stick with the non-weapon proficiency, and probably going to have to sit down with you and Alex and work on your priestly codexes a little bit,
All right.
and either expand or figure out what I'm going to do regarding spheres.
Okay.
Now, as for Basco, let me find the other book. Here it is. My room's hitting its nuclear temperature fucking threshold again. I don't know why this happens. I think my heater goes berserk. So, Basco, you would be what level as a psionicist now?
Level 7.
Level 7. You would roll 1d6 plus your constitution adjustment and add that to your hit points.
1d6 plus Constitution?
Yep. Your constitution bonus. So let's see, your constitution is 18, you get a plus 2. So 1d6 plus 2.
Come on, 6.
3.
Whatever.
5. So add 5 to your hit point total. That's your new hit points. Sure, and record all this on your sheet. Sixth level now, right?
7th.
7th. You should now have 3 disciplines, which that was same from last round. But you gain 1 more science,
So 4 sciences now.
1 more devotion, and 1 more defense mode.
Oh, nice.
Okay, give me 1 sec here. What's your wisdom? 18?
Yep.
You gain 13 PSPs.
Oh, nice.
That's 1, 3, 13. Okay, you have access to the Psionic Handbook, right?
Yes.
Within your disciplines, choose your science, or within your devotions, or I always get the 2 reversed. Within your disciplines, choose 1 more science and 1 more devotion.
Oh, no. The archive has been closed. It is now the Trove. So I don't have the...
Just go to Google, put in 2nd edition D&D Complete Psionic Handbook .pdf. I'm certain there'll be some links. And for copyright purposes, I have the book right here. So it's not like we're taking anything. I bought the book. I got 2 copies of the motherfucker because they misprinted it once and I had to buy a second copy. And you might want to look over your powers and think about that for a little bit, not make any snap decisions thinking that you're going to get done right this moment. Right about now is where I was going to close up the episode. And that's perfect time for you guys to come to me off camera and we'll do some of the logistic stuff that I don't really think the audience needs to watch.
Okay.
This episode was a little slow, but I will say that the next episodes will be everything but that because they're going to hit the road and that means the encounters are going to start. And who knows what they'll run into.
Do I gain any proficiencies?
You know, I was too stupid to look at that. Give me one sec. I forgot that. I totally just blitzed right by that. What level are you now? 8th?
7th.
7th. Okay, your Thaco stays... Oh, you went from 6 to... Your Thaco drops by 1.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, your base Thaco is now 17. No weapon. No non-weapon. Next level, you'll get a non-weapon when you're at 9th level.
Oh, so I don't even get one at 8th level?
No, you won't see another weapon proficiency until 10th level.
Oh, jeez.
I was just looking at how occupied the table is with stuff. There's so much stuff on the table. And all of it's basically necessary, so yeah. Next episode will center around you guys' journey overland. The first week will probably, with luck, not have any kind of pox in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
You may get exposed to 10 fields, walk by the pristine towers, who knows what adventures await there. Assuming that no adventures await there, you get to Sweet Haven, get your stuff together in the chaos of guild rule, and the rise of the new king, if you will. And then it's off north to perhaps solve the mystery of Hollowcliff on your way to the castle. Or maybe just skip right by Hollowcliff and go right to the castle and come back to Hollowcliff when you have your strength.
Yep, that's the plan. Because there is things that we need to do at Hollowcliff.
Yeah, you're still looking at an epic journey overland. Up to the ancestral home of the Black Lion himself. That in itself should be interesting.
I'm terrified right now.
Yeah, probably gonna die, you know. Some Black Lion zombie will show up and be like, where's the eye of the lion?
Yeah, and see, I imagine at this point you guys have invested enough into your characters that you don't want to lose them. So the prospect of doom should be very real.
Or past the point of no return.
Kinda. So on that note, I'm going to close up this episode by saying that until next time, as always, this is Permadeath Extraordinaire. Loving y'all.